So good afternoon, Jump Seat fans. Welcome back. Glad to see you all here today. For those of you who may be joining the Jump Seat for the very first time, it's a weekly spotlight bringing you key industry thought leaders, subject matter experts, and next generation insight into those issues affecting the fire service and possibly even your fire department. Hosted by myself and my guest host today, Mr. Tristan Wertman. We're both two Jump Seat firefighters ourselves who occasionally get a chance to take a look behind the scenes at 200 years of fire service tradition. And today we've got a great show for you with some really awesome looks into some future aspects of maybe new apparatus and some trends in the fire service as a whole. Tristan, welcome, and thanks for joining me in the Jump Seat here today as my guest host. Maybe you just share a little bit about yourself with our viewers here today.
Sure. So first off, thanks for having me, Dave. Appreciate that. I guess probably some of them have seen me once before we were on the Jump Seat when it was you and John. But for some refresher, I've been a fireman for 13, 14 years at a volunteer house up home. When I did take this position, consequently enough, today is my 3-year anniversary with IDEX today, but I had moved for the position, so I kind of stepped down from the volunteer side. But I was an officer, I was a trustee, and involved in a whole bunch of committees, and we built our last ladder truck right before I had actually left. So yeah, we've done. My department covered 85 square miles, 7 municipalities, 3 interstates. So we were pretty busy for a rural department, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were what? You were Central Pennsylvania, right?
Yep, right. Yeah, we were just 20 minutes south of Williamsport. So we're on area fire department in Watson.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Tristan, we're glad to have you as part of the IDEX Fire and Safety team, but I love having you here on the Jump Seat, and you're right. It was great having you here, and in the shows previously as well. And, to our followers out there, hey, John Costello from the greater Philadelphia area, thank you very much for joining us. Good afternoon to you. To my buddy Jason DeFlossy up north, hello there as well. Love seeing you all in there. And the fun thing is, if those of you who are watching for the very first time, you have questions or comments anytime throughout the show, really just fire them in the comments field in the social media platform that you are viewing from, and they pop up, and we'll try to address any of those questions as they do come up on the screen as well. So thank you again for joining us here today. Tristan, one of the things that I've kind of missed not having John here, anymore as a co-host is one, I'm glad to have somebody here and a little bit of the banter about things that are going on in the fire service. And I know, there's some excitement in my world, and I think you may even have a video, but I don't think we're set up to share yours yet. Maybe tell us about some of the recent experiences of the last week that you've had locally in your neighborhood there in Delaware.
So we've had a little bit of fun here on the shore. We all know that the 4th of July just happened, and we had some mom pop shows, some backyard fireworks, but we had a little surprise with some professional fireworks in Ocean City, Maryland, actually. And if I can figure out how to share this with you, I have the screen up here. So we can go over that. I'm sure most of you guys have seen it by now. Did that work? Sorry, new guy here.
I don't have it yet, but I tell you what, when we talk about your fireworks mishaps, I want to share a little bit of the mishaps that happened in my neighborhood. And while you try to get your share screen up there, we'll throw it up here in just a minute. But, you had some crazy fireworks mishaps, and it always happens. Last year, John and I did a big piece on fireworks safety and really some of the issues around law and legalization of fireworks, and really where it puts us at in, from a liability, from a legal, from a, we love to see fireworks, but man, I hate to have them in my backyard. I hate to run on the brush fires. I don't ever want to see anybody get hurt. Unfortunately, there were some incidents that did happen where some people did get hurt here over the weekend. the 4th of July. But this was one that luckily everything was minor injuries. I'm going to add this to the stream here, and you guys should see this here momentarily. But this is a video from outside of Toledo, Ohio, and they had a whole stack of fireworks piled up next to a rental truck, and they decided to start launching those fireworks off and had the entire pile catch fire. So here's a little video snippet from that. Everything looks great, and then, oh no, look what happens. It all breaks loose, right?
Oh.
So now the craziness is happening in your neighborhood, and everybody's running for cover as the pile of fireworks, which were not safely stored, took over. As you can tell, 4 people were hurt in this without any life-threatening injuries, but man, they're pretty lucky. It could have been a heck of a lot worse in that situation, in that scenario. So, you know, it's one of those things. I think we always got to look out for others around us, and you know, if you're going to shoot fireworks, be smart about it. You know, the crazy thing in Ohio is they're actually illegal, so that was illegal today. But you buy fireworks, you have to sign a waiver that says within 48 hours, I'm going to leave the state. It's kind of crazy, but Tristan, I know you've got your screen ready to go. Why don't you walk us through what happened in your neighborhood?
So this was down on the beach. So if it plays here. So here you can kind of see they were setting up the fireworks display at night in Ocean City. And they don't know what really happened yet. Still investigating it. But evidently they lit off the fireworks while they were setting them up.
Yeah, I mean, I actually saw some footage of that. I mean, that was a professional fireworks, or mine was an amateur one. And obviously, we can see what happens there. Was anybody injured in that one, Tristan?
So there were a couple guys that had minor injuries that were set up, and I think Ocean City Fire Department transported one with some burn. But as far as I know, there were no fatalities. So thank God for that.
Here's a fun one. John Costello, thanks for throwing this out to you. He said that there was 5,000 pounds of illegal fireworks destroyed by the LAPD bomb disposal unit in a containment vessel. Man, that's kind of crazy. Injured 17, including 10 cops. Wow. First off, 5,000 pounds of fireworks is a lot of fireworks. And I hadn't seen that. Thanks for sharing, John. Much appreciated there. So, you know, ultimately it comes down to this, right? And us as fire service professionals, we got to say, be careful. If you're watching and you're not a firefighter, you know what? Be smart with the fireworks. We don't want to see anybody losing fingers, ultimately even losing their lives. So be careful, be smart with them out there, particularly this time of year. We know the summertime is a great time for them, but leave it to the professionals is what we're really saying here. And even professionals have accidents, as you saw in Ocean City as well.
They sure do.
Hey, we got Roger coming into us from Alaska. What's happening today, Roger? Glad you're able to join us, man. Great to see you. And you know what, Tristan, I think without further ado, we actually have an exciting show, some really good insights here into where we're heading in the fire service and where apparatus are going. I think we just go right to the jump seat. Let's forget about the rest of our fun, what's happening in the fire service, and let's go right to the jump seat. Are you good with that?
I am. I mean, we got some great guys coming up here.
Awesome. You know what? You know them better than I do. So why don't you go ahead and introduce them as I bring them on?
Okay. All right. So this is Mr. Mark and Bill. This is the owner and operations manager for Vengeant Apparatus. I'm going to shut up because you don't want to hear me talk. I suppose you guys want to hear what these guys have to say. So Mark, Bill, how are you doing, guys?
Good, guys. How are you? How's everybody out there?
Good.
So we are doing great today.
In the showroom.
Glad to be with you.
Cool. Very cool. Well,
we're joining you guys.
To have and be involved in on the jump seat. We're going to show some really cool stuff that we're doing right now. We're not going to share all our secrets because we got a lot of them. but we're going to show you some really cool stuff, some really cool things that are happening throughout the facility in the Vengeant apparatus, and a little bit more.
Yeah,
so
more.
We're going to
Mark
dump
and Bill,
this earpiece.
Gonna get rid of the earpieces, huh? So hey,
hear me okay?
yeah, we can hear you. You got us all right?
Yeah, we're gonna run this way because it's just a little bit easier for us.
No worries, no worries. And actually, that's the fun part of live TV. We were trying this a little bit earlier, and sometimes you get an echo in your ear, which gets a little crazy. So, I'm glad to have you guys in the jump seat here, and we're really looking forward to taking a look at Vengeant Apparatus and everything you guys are doing there. But maybe tell us a little bit more about Vengeant Apparatus and where it comes from.
So Bill has to turn off his mic there. So we'll be good to go here, right? So
yep, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Vengeant Apparatus comes from I saw a need, right? And Rapid Response, which is the company profile, has been building emergency vehicles since behind my garage in 2007, 2008. About 3 years ago, we saw this immediate need for custom apparatus because the fire industry has innovation in it, but it's losing the customization, because all we want to do is get down to about production lines and trying to make more things efficient and trying to have this guy do this and this guy do this and have that production line. And that is not what we are about here at Vengeant Apparatus, and surely not what we're about here at Rapid Response. And you're going to learn that, viewers, as you go through today, how customized we really are and how we can do it, that it actually doesn't cost any more money, or actually might even be cheaper in more cases than not. So we'll start here in the showroom. You guys good with that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we're in the showroom. This is the only store that I know like it in the world, the only location like it in the world. We're the only company that you can come, you can buy a pair of shoes, you can go shoot in the indoor gun range, you can get your vehicle built, right? And now you can get a piece of apparatus manufactured, not just a body put on. We're talking full manufacturing, all under one roof by one company. And that's a huge thing, that gives that customer that connection, that for, hey, if you have any warranty things, or if you want to add this or add this along the way, we can answer those questions pretty much rapid fire. And our dealer network is huge for Vengeant Apparatus. We have a lot of great dealers out there, and we're always on phone call. So, if a viewer is interested in looking to get a truck or get a quote spec, we're always on call when our dealer is going. A lot of times we'll even go with our dealer for the first couple of times. We want those questions answered immediately for the customer. We don't want to have you wait for a week or two to get an answer back or get a new CAD drawing back. That doesn't happen with it. It doesn't happen.
So Mark, for those guys who are watching and they're like, hey, Vengeant Apparatus, where the heck are these guys at? I mean, I'm familiar with you guys being in central Pennsylvania, but maybe give a little bit more specifics to where you're physically located, so those who are maybe close by can come in and see the showroom.
All right. Yeah, good. We're in Annville, Pennsylvania. We're right along a main street called Route 422, and we're Bill, about 5-10 minutes,
10 minutes from Hershey.
East of Hershey. So it's a great time, and we have people drive from Virginia to Maryland. We've had people come from Colorado. They'll come to our store. They'll ask for a tour. We'll give them a tour. We're more happy to do that. And while they're here, then they'll go down to Hershey. They'll go downtown and they'll have some, dinner for the evening, or they'll go to Hershey Park or whatever else not. So it's a great place to come, spend some family vacation, and obviously come to Rapid Response and Vengeant and get a tour of the facility at the same time. So.
You got me with the gun range. I got fire trucks. I've got gun range. Lights, sirens. Can it get any worse?
No, I can't. It only gets better as we go, and I'm that light guy, right? That's where I started business from. I was always fascinated with lights. You want to talk about lights? Yeah, I'm the light guy. And Bill's like, every time I get into one of these meetings, I'm the guy that's rattling off part numbers of every wheel and light that you could ever think of, and we just have a passion. Everybody that's here has a deep passion for what we're doing. These guys spend a lot of time in the evenings, spend a lot of time on the weekends, and it shows. And these trucks that you're going to see here shows of passion, and a lot of knowledge. I mean, Bill, you have how many years in the fire service?
20 years in the fire service.
Darren has, how many does Darren have?
12.
Darren's holding the camera. Ron's
Darren's the cameraman. Can't do this without the cameraman today. Thanks, Darren.
Yep. Ron's with us too. Ron, how many years do you have?
35.
Ron has 35 years. I have 22 years in the fire, and I have 15 years in law enforcement. So we are very adverse. We have, between everybody here, we have hundreds of years of experience, right, if you want to add us all together. And innovation is just crazy. So I guess we'll give you a little bit of a tour, give you a little bit of a walk so we can get the show on the road, right?
Eating potatoes.
Absolutely. You got me on the edge of the seat. I want to see the trucks. Show me the trucks.
We're going to make you wait. We're going to, yeah, and how's that? So,
all right.
No, we won't. So this is the showroom. The showroom's 8,000 square feet. It's laid out. Vehicle-related stuff is on the left side. When you come in on the right side, you're going to get a lot of tactical stuff, firearms, tactical gear, bulletproof vests, things of that nature. Our entire facility is open to the public. So at any point in time, you can come in and shoot in the range. If you're out of state, not a big deal. If you can't bring a gun, we rent guns. It's cheap. They're $9. The indoor range is only $19 for an hour. No memberships, no nothing. It's just an hourly or half-hour rentals. It's very simple, to come in here and rent. We don't have memberships or anything like that, which is really nice. A lot of gun ranges do. And it's 30 yards, so which is down here at this end. Darren, you want to show them down here? So this is our firearms department down here at this end. And then we have our clothing and, emergency lighting, stuff that people might be coming in on a Saturday to purchase, the POV, that type of thing, the privately owned vehicle guy, the fire chief or something might want some lights for his vehicle. So,
Awesome. It's great to see that showroom. And you guys really cater to, all emergency services, not just fire, not just EMS. It's fire, EMS, police, and all aspects from that.
Yeah, it's a lot more than just fire. Obviously, we're geared towards public safety, right? But we do a whole lot more than public safety too. We do a lot of AMBER projects. We do a lot of construction stuff. We do a lot of like road cones or high-vis safety apparel and things like that as well. And we have those folks that specialize in that. Same with their firearms department. We have folks that just specialize in the fire department, and they're the best you can get. I mean, they can look at guns and tell you where the metal came from. It's crazy. It's way above my league, and I'll be the first one to admit it. So let's go back through the shop area. How's that? Come on, follow.
Sounds great. Awesome.
Our order counter is over here on this side. That's a checkout counter. That's a lot of places where you'll go when we're doing checkouts. And also customizations and things like that, screen printing services, embroidery services, and things of that nature will all be done over here. So you're going to see some different branding as we go through the company. You're going to see Rapid Response as the primary overall company. They're the outfitter, and we're known for the outfitter. I mean, YouTube alone, we have thousands of subscribers. I think we're 30,000 or something like that. It's insane. And you're going to see different companies, but it's all us, right? It's all us, it's not like it's owned by different people. It's just myself that owns it, and I have awesome and fantastic employees that work for me.
So how many employees do you have right now there, Mark?
About 42 right in that general area. So yeah,
awesome.
we're having a big expansion. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, and we'll be able to share with the viewers online about that expansion that's coming up.
It's exciting stuff too. Awesome,
yeah, it's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that the expansion's crazy. The showroom is being rebranded to Homeland Outfitters. That way, the general Joe Blow that's driving by understands that we're open to more of the public. So the showroom is really branding itself to Homeland Outfitters, and it's kind of being operated under its own thing. Where Rapid Response has always been known about emergency vehicles, right? So. And then we have Market Graphics, which you're going to see, and you're going to have Vengeant Apparatus, which we're going to see too. So let's go back through the shop. So this is the service department. It's our entrance to get back into the shop. Look, we even propped the door open for you.
Thank you.
See that?
That's just so we didn't embarrass you when you put in the wrong code and it won't open.
Our facility is climate controlled. So every one of our guys, even the metal fabrication shop, work in a air conditioned climate control. So right now it is muggy. It is hot out. It's 90 some degrees out. It's muggy as all get out because that's how Pennsylvania is. and we're working in about 75 degrees right now. Is what they're working.
I noticed you guys all had your long sleeve shirts on. I thought you were just sweating it out there, but no, you guys are rolling in the nice cool temps.
Yeah, we do try to cater. We found out that work efficiency is much better when guys work in AC. And last year, the last 2 or 3 years, I should really say, we have a 1% return rate for things we might have messed up. We're human, right? You know, it's impossible for anybody to say that they don't mess up.
Right.
I mean, don't mess it up.
Sometimes.
You know, so but for the shop guys, you know, we have a 1% return. We built over 450 vehicles, 450 out of the rapid response side. That means we had like 4.5 vehicles come back for something we didn't tighten or something like that. That's an incredible number, you know. So
it really is relatively low. That's a great stuff, and it shows some of the quality that you guys put into the work you do.
It is. It's crazy. So let's come back through the shop here. I'm going to give you a little bit of ideas. So when you come into our shop, on this side is going to be the rapid response side. So this is the side where we're going to be building your Tahoes, your Super Duties, your chase vehicles, and things like that. We're building these all across the world. We do a lot of work out in California for MODOK Sheriff. We do stuff for companies in Florida and things like that, and we ship the vehicles worldwide. We just shipped 2 vehicles down to Florida. Lake County, Florida. We just shipped 2 police vehicles down there the other day, you know. So we're not going to get real in depth in on this side because obviously the jump seat program is really about apparatus, but we just want the viewers to understand that we also offer all this stuff here on the chase vehicle side, right? You know, so
awesome. Oh, look at them! Look at these beauties.
When you go over to this side, this is the apparatus electrical upfitting. So one way that it was easy for our company to go and easily get into the apparatus, because people are like, it's not just easy to start building apparatus tomorrow. You know, we've only been building apparatus for 3 years, but we are knocking the socks off of it, you know, because we've been doing the electrical side for a long time and we have it down pat. We have down what needs to be done. So the detached building, I wish we could go there first and then come back here, but it just doesn't work in this tour right now. This is the electrical upfitting side where all the lighting's going to be mounted. This is after the body is made. Things like that is what's going to be done over in this side of the facility. Okay. You know, so we'll go over in the fab shop, then we'll take a walk over there, but we're gonna go to these first 2 Vengeant trucks here first. So
you guys have a couple of pumper projects that we're about to see over here, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And if I can't hear you, Darren will just answer for us. So he's holding the thing. So this is a brush unit here. This can get a hail skid tank on it, you know, so something real simple. This has our patented side rail in it, actually. So our patented side rail is really cool. We designed it here in-house. It recesses all our lighting, right, which is a really cool technology. But it also keeps all our wiring up behind and a custom track in the backside as well. So we don't have this wiring going and drooping over or below the cross members or anything like that. So this is a really cool feature. Plus, it gives us a hook underneath to hook like ratchet straps and stuff too. So this is something that we patented that only we know. So
having all your wiring tucked up under there is a pretty significant thing when it comes to brush fires, wildland. You guys don't have to worry about wires ripping out and breaking lighting, right?
And what else happens is if you don't run them underneath, then you got to run down the frame rail and you got to dog like out to every single light, right? Extra connections, extra problems, extra things like that. You just don't have it with this, you know. And I'll give you an example. Here's a wire rack that we have, right? So everything we use is this material. You'll see a green wire loom through it. This kind of reminds you like of Chinese finger traps. Now I'm stuck right now. But this reminds you like a Chinese finger trap. But this loom is breathable, but it protects our wiring at the same time, you know. So it does a little bit of both. And we have it color coordinated as well. Plus, all our wiring is color coordinated. So it doesn't matter if we're building a Vengeant apparatus or if we're building a rapid response upfit chase vehicle. The wiring is still the same. We still use color code stuff. We still document it. Every guy in the shop has a pad We're documenting that the whole entire time, of what color wire goes where, etc. And we had default stuff too. Blue means something, gray means something. We're not just picking a thing of wire here and putting it in the vehicle. So
Awesome.
yeah. Now we're gonna go. So what's really cool, right? So we're gonna go to the.
You've had me on the edge of my seat this entire time, Mark. I've been waiting to get to the cool trucks. I see them now. Look at these.
Here you go, right? I mean, here it is. This is what you want to see. So, this is innovation, right? So this is really cool stuff. This is an F550 chassis. Keep in mind this truck came into us as a chassis cab. It was nothing other than that, We built the module in the back. We did the super single lift kit system that you see on it, and the best part, right? There's the SAM module, the first SAM module on a lifted 550 truck, right out of good old Anvil, Pennsylvania, built by a bunch of guys that started building apparatus 3 years ago, and the fit and finish is just absolutely superb. So.
One of the big things I wanted to point out today, and really, I mean, a big piece that I think you do to differentiate there is the robustness that I notice. I mean, when I looked at your trucks here, I noticed that you've got a really heavy duty construction to us. Maybe tell us a little bit more about that and what makes that truck different than any other truck I may see coming down the road from another manufacturer.
Good idea, because everything can look good with some good paint on it, right? So, but how long is the vehicle going to hold up? What did it cost? And how's it built internally? How's it going to hold up with these super single lift kits? I mean, that's a great question, and we get this all the time. Our box on all of our boxes are made out of 2x3 box tubing, 1/4-inch wall. They're ridiculously strong, right? We call it cage style construction. So we can build our construction, our square tubing, right? And we can put it on our truck and we can drive it down the road and it will never move. So a lot of other manufacturers have to put sheet metal and stuff on the walls to keep the strength and the integrity of the box. We don't have to do that. Okay. So us adding the interior compartment even makes it stronger, right? Which just goes beyond of what anybody would expect, so comparing it to anything else, it's extremely robust. Then we take it another step higher, and we don't do a formed body. We only offer one formed body, and it is more in a command style truck, okay, that we offer. But everything that we do really is going to be an extruded aluminum corner. So our corners are milled for us at an aluminum mill. They're milled for us, and we designed it. So this corner comes in and it interlocks our side aluminum, where we front weld it and back weld it and do a grind down on it. This corner is just as strong as this piece of aluminum getting a punch in the side of this. That it is that incredibly strong. So extruded aluminum corners and cage style construction, you can't beat it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else.
What about some customization? So if you have a customer that wants to add, I don't know, say Hearst tools or something that you can plug and play, or the dry chem or dry litter chutes or something like that. Is that something that you guys offer?
Yeah, that's we do. And if you haven't noticed already, there's no production lines here. So we don't have a production line of this guy putting on a light bar, this guy doing the front lights, this guy doing the back, this guy mounting the body. We don't have that. Every tech that we have here can start the vehicle from beginning to end. Okay. Now, of course, some of them might be a little bit better at working with pumps, and some of them might be better at working with a wheel and core system, but they all can do it. So customization is no problem. Bill, you wanna just kind of go over just a little bit, like if a customer calls you, right? If a customer calls, talks to Bill or Darren, and they're like, I want this higher. Like, what's our process? I'm a customer and I want this 10 inches higher. This is how we handle it.
So if you call in and you want this body, let's say you want it to be cab height, you want a smooth lower body to get to the parking garages and stuff. It's as simple as us just writing on the quote, body to be as high as the cab. And when we go to make it, the guy who starts it will just go in, take his measurements, and start building it. You're not going to change a whole thing where we got to change dies and do everything that bigger manufacturers do because you're changing something simple. We can do the simplest changes, and it's only going to cost you material and labor. It's not going to be thousands of dollars for engineering because we know we can do it. It's not a question of if we can do it. We know we can do it. It's just how are we going to do it. And it's very simple to do that without charging you an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah,
So
we're real good with
pretty-
that. We've had customers say, "Hey, can you do a ladder storage in the back? Can you do?" And this has ladder storage in the back. Can you do a rear suction or things of that nature? And what's cool with us is if we're at the meeting or we're on the phone for that meeting, no matter where it's at, we can say yes, like right then and there. You know, there's hardly ever do we have to go back and get a direct answer from Tad because we already know the process because we're not just sales guys. We're not sales guys.
No, we're involved in the process the whole way through.
We're involved the whole way through, right? So we're just telling you about our truck, telling you what we can do, and you make the determination whether you want to buy our truck or not. You know.
So
You know,
it's pretty
the guys here at Fire and Safety Services, I think there must be one of your dealers out in New Jersey. They just threw up a comment here. Hey, they're looking forward to having this apparatus at the New Jersey Firefighters Convention in September. So to those guys who are going to be in the Jersey area, you can check it out in September in person. Maybe even give them a phone call beforehand and get the demo, or heck, just go buy that unit right now.
Yeah,
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah, we like that way you're thinking. We kind of have. We're working on that a little bit now already. We got a lot of customers intrigued in this. Obviously, you just can't go and say, "I want to buy that tomorrow." There's a process that fire departments have, but we build it. We build it to get it out there to show people it, to show them our construction.
Right.
It'll be sold. I mean, there's not a. Obviously, we know this is it's gonna sell maybe a little sooner than even what we want it to sell, right?
Yeah.
But Fire Safety is a great dealer for us. They're our whole New Jersey dealer. They offer our whole entire line, along with we're in Pennsylvania, and we don't deal with directly in Pennsylvania because we can give better service if we have a dealer network, and we have Glick Fire, which handles all Pennsylvania. We have Allegiance, which handles all the Northeast, the whole way up to Maine, 9 yards. We have Interstate. We have
Interstate does Virginia,
and we have Diamond Rescue Supplies, which is in Texas and actually handles some the New Mexico area and things like that. So we can sell to New Mexico. We do have that as well. And then if we don't have a dealer network, we'll handle it directly. And I tell you what, it's a lot. We handle a lot directly. You know, somebody might be watching this and might have a current dealership now, looking for change or looking to add something like this profile to it. You got to contact us. Bill's just smiling away. You know what I mean? So that's my ownership in me. It's just pushing these guys along, right? But we strategically set up dealers. We just don't give dealerships to anybody. We've said no more than we've said yes. You know, and it's just the nature of the beast. It's how it is. So
You know, one of the things too, I think, obviously we just touched on construction. What do you guys do to build these trucks and make them, more robust than normal? And then also go to the customization levels that you in fact do. But maybe, touch on the capabilities of this specific truck. Cause I know, it's not what you think of as a traditional little 250 GPM mini pumper.
Oh man, not even close. Like this does basically the same. It does the same thing as your full size pumper does. You know, we got a 1500 GPM pump, Sam pump module on this. This is technology here, and viewers don't ever think that IDEX or Hale is trying to replace a firefighter to stand here. That is not what this is about. And I highly encourage you go. Tristan and I actually had a question and answer about this. It's on our YouTube page. We highly encourage you to go to it. And it explains to you a lot more in depth of what this does. It's not to replace the person. It's to make the whole situation safer. And it's to make the whole situation of this guy to be more, let him do things more, right, but more safe while doing it. That he has an audible, he can hear in the background of what's happening. In the same sense, if there is a problem, this system is going to help us. Does it have electronic valves? Yes, it has electronic valves. So does practically every other fire truck out there does too. There's more fail safes on this unit than your standard electronic valve. So saying I'm not going to buy it because it's electronic is just an excuse, not to stay up with technology. And that's where we're at. I mean, this is 2021. I got that right? It's
Yeah.
21, right?
You did get it right. You're still in 21. You're still in 2021.
Okay. And this is technology that probably we should have released, I would say, about 10 years ago, But here we are. And you want to go back to customization again. We took all of your caps and we powder coated them. We powder coat everything here at Rapid Response, including your lowers, steps and stuff like that. Everything's powder coated. We powder coat. We don't paint nothing in house. We powder coat everything in house.
So Mark, really quick. I mean, when I think about this truck, how much water's on board?
There's 300 gallons of water and there's 15 gallons of foam. I had to look at Bill because I got to make sure I get that right. So there's 15 gallons of foam. There's 300 gallons of water. We get a lot of requests. I'm going to give you just a little bit of a teaser here, okay? Just a little bit. We get a lot of requests for folks looking for more than 300 gallons of water. You cannot do it in an F550 truck unless if you want to alter the GVW of the truck, which there are companies that do that. We will not do that. Okay, that is major lawsuit. That's major problems.
So what will you do?
What's that?
So what will you do?
Hale might have a pump that's going to work on the 650. And we might have already pre-ordered a chassis before Hale even released that pump. So that is some new things that'll be happening as soon as some of that stuff arrives.
Might have already pre-ordered an F650.
That truck will allow us to do something smaller than your full-size Freightliner or International, right? But bigger than this. So it's going to allow you to do the 500, the 750 gallons of water, but still have a compact truck, right? We'll definitely get the 500 out of it. We're going to see what we can do if we can get more out of it. But here's the thing. What it's allowing us to do is it's allowing us to take now something between the 550 and between the Freightliner commercial series chassis and still give the option of it being four-wheel drive. Doesn't have to be, but it's still optional to have it as four-wheel drive. So that's as much secret I'm telling you. There's a bunch of other stuff with the truck that's going to happen too, but that's as far as we're going to go with it.
I think that was a pretty good insight right there, Mark. And
Give them all away.
Yeah.
Darren, maybe kind of pan back over the truck because I want to show the viewers here one big thing. I mean, this is a full capable apparatus in an F550 platform, 1,500 gallons per minute. And so really, when you think about the truck of tomorrow, right? This is where a lot of things are heading. Hey, I got these parking garages. I've got these tight neighborhoods. Now I have the capabilities. I don't have to give up fire flow at all. I have the capabilities in a smaller, more compact, full functioning rig.
Yeah, and you probably noticed over the last couple of years. I mean, I've seen it in our area, anyways. You've seen hose reels disappear on fire trucks, right? We're bringing them back. I should say we're bringing them back because they're on forestry stuff now, right? But this truck is made not just to be a full suppression unit. You know what I mean? To lay into it that you can easily hit a house fire with it at 1,500 GPM, but it's also made for your daytime calls where you got two guys available. You got a car fire that's sitting beside a barn. You have a car fire that's in the middle of the interstate. You got a truck fire, and you got two guys in that rig. Put a hose reel in it. We got easy cleanup. We got easy deployment. So you're not fatiguing people, packing hose, dealing with hose and stuff like that. It's easy in and out. And really, the only thing that we really lose there is a rear compartment. So if somebody doesn't want the hose, again, customization, just put a compartment there. It's not that big of a deal. But you know, works. It works well. And then we have a ladder storage up top here. So we have 2 ladders in here. Built size of these ladders. You can help me better with that.
16-foot extension ladder and a 10-foot roof ladder.
Oh wow.
How many times you see a mini pumper with 300 gallons of water lifted with ladders in like this, the functionality of your hose rails, the fit and finish of not just strapping an arrow stick on it and using T-ions, right? Going to your hard C sections and outlining it with aluminum and then coating it with what we call PPC material so you don't chip the edging away, and backlighting your handrails red. Like, when was the last time that you physically seen an F550 truck like this, you know?
All right, Mark. So, I know, this truck is absolutely incredible, and you're sending us down this big old path, but it's got to have a huge price tag, right?
It has a very reasonable price tag. This truck out the door, right now, as it sits to an end user, is about $369.
So, so about half the price of a full functioning rig at this point.
Right. We left the air pack seats out of it, but even so, that's only going to add about $2,500, roughly right in that area. We left them out currently on this just because a lot of people were in that clean air cab environment, so we didn't want to put them in if somebody's going to take them out anyways. We'll probably end up putting them in anyways because most departments want them, just because. But yeah, you're 3. And keep in mind though, you got some big ticketed items on this thing that make this truck that more money. You got the lift kit on it, which is a lot, right out of the gate, and you got the Sam's pump module, which adds a little bit. You got the light tower up on the roof, which adds a little bit as well. All our controls are in here for that. Also, our
wireless handheld for our
wireless
aftermarket.
handheld. And here, come here a second. I want to show you something with this. See this button here in the bottom? I bet you guys don't have that from factory. Okay, that is a dock button. That it'll turn a light on in the cab when that's out. I don't know if it's on now. Yeah, it's on. Yeah.
Look at that. I love it.
Yep. Customization.
Yeah, you see it going in off there? Yeah.
So, Mark and Bill, this is awesome. I love what you guys are doing and how you're thinking outside the box to change the game, bring the smaller, more maneuverable apparatus in a big package, right? I mean, it's small and compact, but it packs a punch.
Man,
with features.
It got some serious stuff. You want to put a turret gun on it, we can. You want to put ground sweeps on the front. If we're not using the Sam's pump and we're going to use a PTO pump, or something of that nature, we can still do that as well. We can still give you pump and roll and things like that too. But, little things like that completely separate us apart. When you put this pumping gear, there's something else I can tell you too. When you put this pumping gear, all the marker lights on this truck turn to blue. Okay, so you have another visualization that you can see all these marker lights turn to blue when the pump goes in gear. How cool is that?
Awesome.
Yeah. Here's another truck behind us. This is a 550. This actually just got the lift on it. This is getting the bigger tires on it. The fenders will get cut out. Okay, so this is one in progress of making right now. And here we have another hail pump, right? Simple. Just another pump on it. So.
Oh, you guys have blacked it out since I've seen it last. So you guys
did
have done some work.
Yes, we powder coated those fittings. We powder coated the boards here. We're getting ready for the body. Yep.
Very cool.
Oh man.
So you guys want to go over to the Vengeant shop here? Quick.
Yeah, I tell you what. While you're walking us over, maybe you tell us a little bit more about where those future plans are.
So we're expanding our current detached building, our Vengeant building. We built the building with caution, right? When you're a single owner and you work 100% off of cash flow, you watch what you do, right? You operate smartly. You watch where you put the money at, and you watch where your return's going to be at, so you can employ people and build cool stuff like this. So when we built the current shop, we knew we were going to outgrow it. We didn't know when. I didn't know we were going to outgrow it in 3 years. Okay, but we did. So we're building a new facility. The new facility is 200 feet by 75 foot deep. It's huge. It's going to have 4 just fabrication bays in it, double deep though, and it's also going to have 2 overhead bridge cranes, because we're going to see us, and we already have them quoted, tankers, some larger size commercial vehicles, things of that nature, right? You're going to see all that stuff being built too. And there's Bill shaking it. I heard Bill give us in the background, but he knows it's happening. We might already have 2 approved, so might have 2 approved. So that we're gonna be building in that new shop. And the biggest thing is the only thing we don't do in house right now is paint. We're putting in our own indoor 65-foot paint booth, so we'll have our indoor paint booth. There's something else really cool with the facility too. We're not going to release it on here. You got to come here and see it. It has a second floor, but we're not telling you what's in it. Okay, so you're gonna have to come and see it. So
all right, for all of you guys who are following, you gotta plan your trip now to head out there for 2022 and visit in person. Obviously, I have the website up so people can take a quick peek at it there. But you can learn more there at vengeantapparatus.com.
Yeah, this is our graphics bay. So we do all our in-hand graphics. The graphics department is the division called Mark It Graphics. Go figure, right? But Mark It Graphics is the division for graphics. This is our install bay for the graphics department. So we're doing a trailer right now. We're doing a vehicle. This is non-stop in here. We have basically 4 people, 5 people in here. That's all they do is graphics all day long. So yeah. Let's get you over through this way. We're going to walk into the actual graphics area itself. This graphics area is where we're doing all the printing. We're printing everything, we're designing, and then from this area, then it goes over to the install site that we just walked through. So
very cool. So you really
you are completely vertically integrated.
Exactly. Yes.
a one-stop shop, right?
So this is the apparatus. What's going to happen with this when we build the new facility, all the electrical upfitting that you see done now in those rapid response bays that we just came from, all of that is going to be done here, including the final delivery bays that will be built within this building will be done in here. This will be more of the offices over here when we move beginning of next year. These offices will turn into accounting, and I'll be over here. I'll be basically in the middle between the other 2 buildings, so.
Exciting time.
This is here's a truck that we did for Pepperdine. This is over serving the West Coast over there in California right now. So Malibu, California. So this is cool. Here's Lake County. Here's we did 6 of these trucks we did for them. So if you go down to Disney, Lake County is in that general area, just to give you an idea where they're at. So we're not going to walk down through, but we got conference rooms and other offices. Bill's and Darren offices and Ron's are in here as well. So yeah.
We want to see the good stuff. We're not worried about their office space, right?
Normally we have a ton of guys working, obviously doing this tour. We told them to go hide. So take a break for the time being. That way they're not making noise and banging stuff.
Oh, it froze up there.
Looks like we may have lost a little bit of the connection on the Wi-Fi when they slid out into the bay there.
Are you back?
We hear your audio, so maybe you can walk through it. We can hear you.
You guys back?
I have Bill just fine in the other window. Well, this is the fun of live broadcasts. You never know what's going to happen there as things kind of lag up or slow down. Bill, if you want to flip your camera, I'll go ahead and pick you up and add you to the line there.
Are you back now?
We are.
Look at that. We already fixed it. Which one are we using? This one here?
You tell me. It's a little laggy on the one, but we can follow you.
You can follow Darren's. The one that Darren's holding?
Yep.
Okay, good. So yeah, walking between the 2 buildings, that can happen, and everything is steel and everything's concrete, so it does that real quick. It can lose stuff. It's like a bunker. you know. So
So you got all their own internal fab. We're putting all the bodies together here. You got everything right now except for paint until the new facility
correct.
in the operations, right?
Correct. Yeah, the new facility right now, where it stands at, we purchased 8 acres beside us. We already have room, and we're already doing land development for that right now. It's happening right now. We expect to start building and breaking ground in October. I just had a building meeting yesterday about this. We're going to break ground in about October area. The way it looks is where we're looking at. But we look to be operational by this time next year without any doubt. We want to be completely operational. We would like to be operational by the April timeframe, honestly, in the new building. So
it's exciting times, exciting stuff. And
here's a cage style construction. So this is a great example on the tour of a 12 foot right surge box. It's a 12-foot surge or squall surge box, right? Yeah, this is a 12-foot surge box. Here's how you can see some of our construction. It's 2x3 box tubing. It's done on a jig. And then we're going to come in here. We're going to tack weld everything to start, and then we fully weld the whole way around that construction. Which you'll be able to actually see a little bit of it up here on this one. We weld the whole way around that on every single one. So it's not just like we skip some or anything like that. It's extremely robust. And another thing, if you notice here, if Darren steps back, you'll see this front door here. This thing is huge. This is like 50 inches wide. You put a slide-out tray in here, and it's like a bedroom. The thing's just ridiculously huge, But we can do that because we don't need our flat sheet metal around the outside to get our strength, right? We can take this, mount it on a truck after it's fully welded, and this will never move. Our construction is coming from our core strength in our body. So.
Well, the good thing is, Mark, why don't you go ahead and send one of those over so next time my wife gets mad at me, I've got an extra place to sleep.
We could probably let this center section out here and even maybe give you a bathroom in the backside and put in a holding tank or something.
That's perfect. Look at that, man. I tell you what.
Darren's shaking his head. Darren's like, no.
I know it's coming next.
Yeah. Bill, do you have let's show them real quick on how we mount our body. Do we have some of that material? I think that'd be a great thing to show them because this is a huge. Every single customer just absolutely loves how we do this. So this box that you see being built back here. This is the only box that would be built in a non-extruded aluminum corner. That is basically like a glorified. Don't put a cap on your truck, but take the bed off, and it's giving you like a command style box, but a utility truck kind of like combination, but being price effective while doing it, So here's how we mount all our bodies, and this is really cool. So this piece of dovetail joint here, can you see that good?
Yeah, we can. You guys are lagging a little bit still again here, but we can see it there.
Okay, that goes on the bottom of our body, and this piece of rubber slides in. It's not really rubber. This slides in, and that is how we mount, and then we use a U-bolt, and that's how we mount our body to our chassis.
That's very unique from a mounting and an isolation perspective, and actually really something cool to see.
It is really cool, and what this allows is we don't ever have to worry about this rubber piece jetting out the side between our U-bolts 10 years down the road because it's in a dovetail joint the whole way, right? So this is something that we really pride ourselves on how we do this. So I think you and the viewers by now can probably determine real quick that when you're getting a piece of Vengeant apparatus, we're the whole way down to the mounting platform, the whole way down to the flash pattern and the lights. It's pretty incredible. It's the fit and finish and the attention to detail is 100% bar none. And that's not just because I own it, right? That's because I've seen thousands of vehicles being built, many different fire trucks being built. And you take a little bit of everything, you come up with some of your own stuff like this. some of your own body construction like this, and here you got a company that is just growing leaps and bounds, and we can't be more excited than be partnered with somebody that has technology like you guys do, you know? So
I think I talked to your sales guys probably almost more than I talk to my wife when I'm on the road. So
you better not tell her that. Yeah, you better not tell her that. I mean, we're at the point right there's Tristan, or is that Tristan's?
That's Tristan's tray.
Actually, that's Tristan's tray. We're building all of IDEX's trays for the back of their trucks, and they're custom built trays to hold the Akron product and to hold the Hale product and the Sam's demo unit on all your trays. So actually, right there it is being built. So
you certainly have been a very good partner to us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're glad to be able to showcase you guys here today. Mark, Bill, thank you so much for giving us the inside look and taking some time here this afternoon to really show us, what is that Vengeant difference. And I'm really excited for what you guys are doing. And I look forward to seeing that next generation F650 in the near future.
The one that we're not building.
The one that we're not building. The one that we're not building.
Yeah.
That's right. The one.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm that one. Yes. Yeah. And listen, that's just one of the things up our sleeves. I mean, we're always working on other stuff. Our innovation and just the group of guys that we have. The fire industry with Ron and Darren and Bill, and not just them, but when you get into even the fab guys, the electrical guys, and everybody else. You take a little bit of everything, and this is what you get. That guy that's just putting on lights, or that guy that's running the wire harness, we get suggestions from them all the time. We listen to them, we take them, we move forward with them, and we just keep creating innovation, and keep striving forward. And that's what we're doing. So.
Well, hey, I want to say thank you guys so much for joining us in the jump seat. I hope you viewers out there have had a great chance to get some insight into what they're doing there in Central Pennsylvania, and make it a vacation stop on your way through to as you cross the state, get some chocolate and Hershey, and go get your lights and sirens fill from the folks here at Vengeant. Mark, Bill, thank you so much for joining us again. I'm going to drop you guys out. We're going to wrap the show up, and I'll come right back to you guys at the end there. As well. With that, if you have questions, I did have Bill's email is up here in front of you guys. So feel free to reach out directly to Bill at vengeantmanufacturing.com. And, you can always learn more at vengeantapparatus.com as well. Tristan, you know what? Great show here today. And I am so glad to have you here and joining me in the jump seat as a guest host. Thank you so much for that. I hope you had fun. It was fun for me having you here.
I hope that everybody, our viewers, got to see a little taste of Vengeant. I'm sure they would be more than happy to have you guys come in, give you the whole tour. They got a lot going on there, right? So.
Yeah, they really, really do. And it was a great look at something different, something new. John Costello, you're so welcome. Thanks for joining us again this week, John. Stay safe, and I agree with you. Everyone goes home as well. So for all of you followers out there, hey, join us again here in 2 weeks. I think it's the 23rd of July. I'm going to be bringing this to you live from Texas A&M University at the TEACS fire field. As part of their industrial fire school, be wrapping up right before the municipal fire school. I've hopefully give you some cool inside looks to the fire field and get a chance to talk with some of the folks at TEACS down there as well. And then after that, again, we'll be at FDIC live, and we're going to shake it up that week because we're not going to be just on Friday. We're going to have a whole bunch of shows during the week of FDIC. So with that, thank you all very, very much for joining us here in the jump seat. We really appreciate you tuning in. Feel free to like, share, tell your friends, tell your neighbors to join us here in 2 weeks again on the jump seat. Appreciate you all. I hope you have a great weekend. And Tristan, thanks again, my friend.
See you, Dave. Thanks, guys.